PIHL is on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and 10-Band TV. It is All-Star Sunday from the RMU Island Sports Center on Neville Island. Good afternoon and welcome to the best high school hockey coverage in Western PA. There's not one, there's not two, there is three in the booth this afternoon. I'm Matt Vandriak. To my right is Kevin Zemansky, and to his right is Bob Orquist. Fellas, welcome to All-Star Sunday.
We're aligned. We're running a line.
It's a fun day. I'm glad to be your third wheel. Matt, you're like the flashy European center. You got to handle your two line mates. Kevin can do it all. I'm the plodding right winger of this crew.
Net front presence, Bob Orquist.
I have to get in the zone and out of the zone, and that's sometimes a struggle.
In the zone tonight, we're going to have the first of two Class A All-Star games. Kevin, with the bigger classification, we got to break the All-Star games down and could talk a little bit about the two games we're going to have. But before we get to that, we're going to let you know that we have a full day of All-Star events. All of your players are well represented. Some teams are so well represented, fellas, they're going to play against each other this afternoon.
That's what else. So 25 teams, right? The biggest classification. 13 in this game because this is the gold division game, but you got players who are normally teammates and friends. I guess they'll be frenemies today.
We'll talk to you more about the players, some information and everything else. We're going to have some player intros coming up to you for you on the ice. When we get to that point, we'll turn it over to our PA announcer, Austin McLean, with your intros of the Go Game All-Stars.
From Shaler, number 18, Darius Malecki. From Shaler, number 26, Jackson Fox. From Greensburg-Salem, number 27, Cooper Outley. From Guam, number 29, Alex Ladone. From Kiski, number 31, Dylan Mattin-Koski. From Guam, number 31, Landon Horner-Gribben. From Shaler, number 41, Chase Irwin. From Kiski, number 41, Jacob Rouse. From Blackhawk, number 46, Dylan Lightberg. From Greensburg-Salem, number 55, Luke Knighter. From Guam, number 57, Luca Latviana. From Greensburg-Salem, number 65, Jake Fink. From Shaler, number 77, Blake Whitman. From Quaker Valley, number 83, Jacob Pizza. And from Beaver, number 93, Trevor Schmidt. The coaches, Team Myers. From Shaler is Stephen Myers. Assistant coaches from Plum, Jonathan Bracken. And from Blackhawk, James Hofer. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Team Myers. And now, introducing Team Bonetti. From Westmont Hilltop, number 3, Gunnar Montanaro. He's not here in person. From Quaker Valley, number 4, Max Modrovich. From Erie McDowell. Number 5, Alec Coon. From Meadville, number 5, Paul Phyllis. From Meadville, number 7, Graham Shellhoffs. From Meadville, number 11, Ryan Unick. From Quaker Valley, number 12, Jace Fassbinder. From Shaler, number 20, Jacob Skurlong. From Westmont Hilltop, number 21, Colby Carson. From Meadville, number 25, Robert Mahoney. From Wheeling Catholic, number 27, Gary Hatfield. From Chartiers Valley, number 28, Brady Nairn. From Montour, number 29, Ethan Pieni. From Montour, number 39, J.J. Shruka. From Chartiers Valley, number 46, Matthew Colmer. From Quaker Valley, number 54, Ian Lorraine. From Wheeling Catholic, number 62, Zach Belflin. That's another misspell. Wheeling Catholic, number 79, Logan Allen. From Montour, number 91, Cole Dallas. From Erie McDowell, number 92, Harrison Hara. From Chartiers Valley, number 95, Dylan Shamonsky. The head coach for Team Benetti from Chartiers Valley is Paul Benetti. Assistant coaches from Montour, Steve Young. And from Greensburg, Salem, Anthony DeFazio. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Team Benetti. Tonight's referees are Noah Driscoll and Nathaniel Schmidt. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your 2025 Class A Gold Division All-Stars. At this time, we ask you to please rise as you're able, remove your hats and helmets, direct your attention to the flags beside the scoreboard and above the main entrance for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red
National anthem and lineups here from RMU as we are ready to face off the first of two Class A Gold Division games, or All-Star games. This will be the quote-unquote Gold Division game. Alongside Kevin Zomansky and Bob Orquist, I'm Matt Vandriek with you here on 10 Band TV and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. So, fellas, there's some lineup changes.
Yes.
Kevin, as a former coach who has been in this setting before, what's it like throwing everybody together like this and then having rosters change, teammates go against each other, etc.?
Well, I used to have the conversation with the guys in the locker room beforehand. Ask them, do you want to play with guys are familiar to you, your teammates, or you want to get away from those guys? And then you would just kind of work it out from there, depending on how you wanted to attack this. I mean, if you're really looking to win, you're going to try to, as we look out on the ice right now, you see the three forwards from Shaler High School together against, it's going to be three players from Meadville. So they're going to try to keep it together for the continuity and the ability to play like a normal game, but sometimes the kids wanted to switch things up, so that was how I always approached it.
There's actually a fourth Titan out there as well, as Jake Skurlong is on defense for the white team on our left. He switched teams because a couple of scratches for the light team today. Gunnar Montanero from Westmont Hilltop, Noah Callender from Char Valley, and Tyler Head also from CV, unable to make the trip. Bob, I believe the Callender and Held are in Michigan. Yeah,
playing Michigan. Brady Nairn said his teammates are playing travel hockey up there, so little did Paul Benetti know he had to put his GM hat on, right? We've got scratches, we've got call-ups, we had a pregame trade. Welcome to All-Star Sunday.
Pass comes back to the point. Jacob Kiesel from QV falling down, throws it to the net, redirected in front by Blake Whiteman and just wide. Goaltender in the net to our left for the light team is Ian Lorang from Quaker Valley. So Quaker on Quaker crime almost happened there. And on the right in goal to start for Plum is Landon Horner-Gribben for the dark side. That was heading the Cruisers, wasn't it?
Considering how big Jacob Kiesel is, some of them want to check the ice right over there where he hit the see if he didn't leave an imprint.
First of all, it was. Second of all, good high tip by Blake Whiteman on that shot from the left point by Jacob Kiesel.
Kevin, looks like these teams are going to stay with the familiarity concept. We have Wheeling Central Catholic teammates out there together for the right team, for the white team. And it plays back here to center red, where Gary Hatfield from Wheeling Central sends it back to the center line, pushed in there by Danny Kochis. He's on the dark team from Beaver. Working back around here is Wheeling Central. Puck comes back out to the blue line, and it's going to be offsides as Kochis brings it in while the rest of his team was still in the zone to our left. So again, the goaltender in the net to our left, Quaker Valley's Ian Lorang. In the net to our right for Plum is Landon Horner-Gribben. 3 keepers per side. Each will play 1 period this afternoon.
And the three of us were talking about before watching the other game. So I want to shout out the Plum Mustangs because I'm loving the old King-style uniforms. Looking for the Triple Crown line out
Roger
there.
That, Kevin.
Somewhere
Definitely.
Roland Melanson is smiling. Rising wrist shot goes wide. Firing from the left point there is Dylan Matankowski from Kiski. Stick save made. Centered in front. Loose puck in the paint. Lots of bodies there, but nobody finds it before it ends up behind the net. And there's Colby Bartos from Plum in that aforementioned Kings jersey. Sending it out to the far right point. Kochis tried to put it on. Kochis gets a second crack at it. Going to dump and change. As the white team, Team Benetti, if you will. The dark team represented by head coach Steve Myers. And it's going to be Max Madrovich dumping it in. Goaltender plays a misplay. Shot on, save made, rebound loose, and able to keep it out. As Chase Fassbinder off the miscue there by Landon Horner-Gribben almost made him pay.
Well, tried to clear his own puck there, did Horner-Gribben. Hit his defenseman in the skate. That led to a quality opportunity for Fassbinder and a couple rebounds and the first hairy moment for either keeper in this first period.
Yeah, you like him out there trying to play it, but he almost had his own Steve Smith situation right there.
Offsides, the call against the white, light, Benetti, whatever you want to go with. You guys decide what we're going to call him. Crossing into the line first there was Colby Carlson. He is the lone representative of Westmont Hilltop with his teammate Gunnar Montanero able to make it here today. Right point try, J.J. Strolka. Now a centering feed. Big stick save made there as Graham Shellhaus from Meadville put it on off a sweet feed there from Colby Carlson. And another good stop by Landon Horner-Gribben. Strolka from the right point, pinches, drives, tries to throw it off the goaltender's back, and you see Horner-Gribben able to duck away from that. And now back the other way comes the dark team. Zach Masters rising shot off the cuff of the glove of Ian Lorang. Couple of Bobcats out there playing together as Kogis and Masters work. Scarlong, the Shaler trader, or traded, if you will, as he switched from the dark side to the light side. From Myers to Bonetti.
That sounded like a Star Wars reference right there.
It depends who wins, right? And who buys lunch for the Titans players in this one.
Dylan Leiper pushing in. Leiper from Blackhawks centers, nobody home. Brought back out here by Brady Nairn. Nairn up the right side, trying to find Ryan Unick. Unick cut off. There's Jacob Kiesel again. Hard to believe he's just a junior. Feels like he's been around for quite a while, but he's been playing since he was a freshman, and it's a really good Quaker Valley team. Boys, that's the best team in Class A right now are the Quakers.
Yeah, about 16 wins and 1 overtime win, so they've not tasted defeats. And their point total 50 leads the entire classification.
Back the other way. Chipped ahead, and that's going to be too far. Icing the call against Team Bonetti. We'll bring the face-off back in the zone to our left.
Kevin, I was thinking back to the Graham Shellhouse opportunity in the right circle to our right, and it's really right. It's about spaces and finding space all the time, but it's probably easier to find that space when you're in an all-star type format like this.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about it.
We see the Wheeling Central Catholic line back out here for Team Bonetti, chipping it back to the neutral zone against the Shaler Titans line. And it's going to be Blake Whiteman chipping it back behind the net, regrouping back there. Is Brady Nairn from CV trying to clear up the left side. And out with it now comes Zachary Vitlip. Vitlip floats it towards the net. Matt Koski got a piece of it. Sticked aside by the keeper down there, Landon Horner-Gribben. And a lead feed up the left side with speed. An opportunity here for Darius Malecki. Malecki to the backhand. Save made as getting the left pad out was Ian Lorang. Pass to the left circle now. Dropped back to the point. Matt Koski tries to drag it down the boards. Has his pocket picked. His back's the other way. Now comes Madrovich. Madrovich give and go. He'll get it back. Madrovich has a trailer. Finds him. Wrister coming. Save made as Graham Shellhouse put it on. And the stop made by LHG in 3-1.
So I think, Bob, what you're mentioning, and I didn't really get a chance to get to, is like all-star games aren't known for being very physical. So you're going to find a little bit of more skating room out there. Get your head up. Be more creative without the threat of being targeted. Not targeted, it's not the right word, or the physical play from, that maybe you don't see as much.
Going to get body on body, but just not as strong as we get during the regular season or the playoffs. The other oddball fact, Matt, is we've got dual numbers with the teams wearing their own uniforms. A couple of 31s as a shot never gets to that. Couple of 5s on the light team side as well.
The good thing is it's easy to tell who everybody is based on wearing their own uniforms. You said the bad things, we'll have a little bit of duplicate numerals, but we shall make it work. The Meadville group out here, field up the right side, looking for Harrison Para. Floated into the right zone, and Cooper Outley from Greensburg-Salem. The runners-up last year in Class 1A were the Golden Lions. That was quite the run they had.
Yeah, and you and I did most of their games. I think Bob and I did their first playoff game.
Yeah,
and
that was a victory over Plum.
And then we were on that beat for a while. They had a tremendous run.
Had the opportunity, Kevin, to do a lot of Class A playoffs last year. A lot of familiar names and faces out here in front of us. We saw a lot of Shaler Titans action as well last year. As you mentioned, Greensburg-Salem, Chartiers Valley. What a great championship game that was in the Class A Penguins Cup final last year. As behind the net here for the dark team, trying to center there is Ben McHenry. Comes back to the right point. Cooper Outley into the slot. Drop pass, nobody home. Follow-up try. Big save made as Masters put it on. And Lorang denies it.
Lorang down in the butterfly, using the big frame, kind of spread out. Took that good in-tight wrist shot up off of his left shoulder. He's been the busier of the two goalkeepers in this first period.
Yeah, they're taught to drop, Bob, and it reminded me of a shot we saw down here in the right corner. The shooters are adjusting where they're trying to bank it off their heads when they go down there. We saw that attempt to our right earlier this period.
You can thank 87 for that.
Madrovich feed, score! No, he missed it. Hitting the outside of the net. Madrovich put it on the tape, and Ryan Unick played it. He put the mesh in motion just from the outside.
Yeah, he thought it was in. I thought it was in. You thought it was in. Only Landon Horner-Gribben is the person who knew it didn't go in. No goal judges either here.
Madrovic trying to drag it back, drop pass, wrister coming, blocker save made. That's put on by Unic again, and again, Lanner, Horton, Gribben making that stop. Poke back out to the point, puck played around, trying to drag and drop, looking to push it out of the zone. There's Trevor Schmidt from Beaver. Our first body check of the game is Masters and Stroka collide right in front of where the players come in and off the ice.
Kind of like that, Zach Masters, the senior from Beaver, one of 21 seniors in this game, throws the first check, albeit not a bone cruncher down in front of us.
Kiesel moves it ahead. Has it taken away there by Harrison Para. And back the other way, almost reversed on the steal there by Luke Dieter, but back it comes. And we see Harrison Para pushing it ahead. Chase Vazbinder, dump it. Can't get the puck past Greensburg, Salem's Jake Fink. And over to the far side it goes where Danny Kojas from the Beaver Bobcats moves it ahead back to the neutral zone, taken back by Dylan Szymanski. He was the late addition to the roster with the 3 scratches here for Team Benetti. This one ends up in the bench.
We were having that discussion in the lobby prior to the first game, which is a D2 game, and there's always the roster shuffle, we'll call it, Bob, for the last-minute replacements as the players are elsewhere trying to get home to make the games.
They go like this. Hey, Dill, Coach B, what are you doing later today? We got a spot for you. Bring your light jersey.
Para makes the steal, shoots it on, save made. Horner Gribben wasn't sure where the rebound was, but his defense there able to help him out. As we see Dylan Matinkoski from Kiski area bring it through the neutral zone, then drop it back to Luke Dieter from Greensburg Salem. Dieter trying to drag this one around the far side. Centers and stolen. Back the other way, Gary Hatfield from Wheeling Central Catholic going to take it coast to coast. Has a teammate on the left side trying to go to the give and go, and he can't finish the play. Good look. That was Logan Palick. Now in front. G-Love, glove save, LHG, Landon Horner Gribben with a big stop in front.
Well, Vazbinder, Kevin, is going to think, what do I got to do? He had that golden opportunity on the turnover earlier, and this one a great passing play in front after the initial passing play was broken up by Matinkoski.
It was a good push out by LHG right there to just close the gap enough, close down the angle enough that it would hit his glove.
Centering feed, puck pushed around here. It's going to be Paul Fills to the right side, circle shot, pad save made. As snapping it from the right circle, there was Paul Fills from Meadville. Left pad stop made by Landon Horner Gribben, who's been the busier of the 2 keepers here through the first 10 minutes of this opening period. Almost 10 minutes. Up the left side, Malecki chips it ahead. Back to the net where it's handled by Ian Lorang. Dropping it back behind the net, Alec Kuhn out there from Erie McDowell. Back to the right point, kept in by Cooper Outley from Greensburg Salem. He'll dump it around. Kuhn will get another chance. Going to try to reverse to get away from an onslaught of Shaler Titans. And the puck kept in here by Cooper Outley. Outley throwing it down deep. Over here into the corner. Looking for Whiteman in front. Couldn't handle it, and Chase Urban couldn't follow up the rebound either. Up the left side, Robert Mahoney going to bring it back the other way. Mahoney from Meadville. Circles along the far boards, going to drag it back around now. Mahoney bringing it here to the near side. Mahoney pushed off the play. Good defensive work there by Blake Whiteman. Kevin, the All-Star Game's also not known for their defense, and Whiteman known for his scoring, showing a little bit of defense there as well.
Yeah, it's supposed to be an offensive show, right? You usually, typically the players that are selected or earn it from their offensive statistics. Sometimes, I mean, you do need to fill out the rosters with some defensemen, but sometimes those are some of the better offensive players too.
Some good defense there by Jacob Kiesel to block that shot as it was put on the net there. Couple of tries for Cole Dallas from Montour. Kiesel able to get in front of it, and we have a whistle, a hand pass, and a neutral zone draw coming up. About 11 minutes into this opening period. Looks like everybody's having fun so far.
I was trying to think who has the least amount of fun on the ice, guys. The keepers or the defensemen? I think the goaltenders maybe like to be busy, so that might work. I think the only fun a defenseman might have is whether you're in system in the regular season, right? You may not pinch or rush, which you can get a chance to do that here in an All-Star game, but not a lot of checking, and if that's your forte, well, got to find somewhere else, some other way to have fun on All-Star Sunday.
Do you want to activate?
Up the left side, here comes an opportunity. Bringing it back to the net, centering feed, nobody home. Carlson will take it away. Good work by Colby Carlson. And back the other way, going to float this one towards the net. Soft dump, covered up, and held on to there by the goaltender, Landon Horner-Gribben. Back and forth we go, Bob. Both teams have had a couple of good looks, but nobody's broken through yet.
Some not really great opportunities yet in this one. We've had a lot more, less chances than we did in the D2 game, which we had, I think, 14 or 15 goals. But maybe kind of what expected. There's pride out there, right? You want bragging rights against your opponents, against
your teammates in some cases?
Teammates, in PIHL teammates, and probably travel teammates in some cases as well.
Redirect in front goes wide off that left point rip from Dylan Szymanski. The late addition almost was the first man to tally as that one went off the outside of the net. So face-off we will do again in the dark zone to our right. Madrovic wins the draw. From the left side here, it's Palak. Point-to-point pass to his teammate. That's Gary Hatfield, the Wheeling Central Catholic. That's the Maroon Knights, Bob, up the right side. A chance back the other way. Trying to wrap it all the way around is Ben McHenry. Turns it in front, nobody home. And back with it now is Gary Hatfield from Wheeling Central Catholic. Long shot blocked. Getting in front of that was Matt Nkowski. As they continue to work along the left side. Great feed! Are you kidding me? Denial seems it had to come. LHG with a huge stop on that cross-ice feed, and he absolutely robs Palak.
I'm not sure entirely how that stayed out. Just a reaction or
Here comes a rush back the other way. Up the left side, it's going to be Unick. Unick gets around him, and in tight, rising wrister up and over the net. Thrown back to the net, stick save made there as Alacoon put it on. And right now the white team, the light team, the Benetti team, they're the right team. They're buzzing as we move the puck back the other way with it. Here comes Trevor Schmidt from Beaver. His shot deflected up and over the net. Is getting in front of that was Ryan Unick from Meadville. Down the right side here, it's Cooper Outley. Outley working it back behind the net. And finishing a check, if you will, taking Kuhn to the boards, but Kuhn able to fight through. Fassbinder going to break it out, trying to find some room, getting around his counterpart in 12, Zach Masters. He'll dump it in as Team Benetti gets a change on. Trying to find some room down there's Cooper Outley. Outley over here to the near side. Skurlong dumping it in, able to keep it on sides. As we battle back and forth, Stroka, Fassbinder, and now in tight, Mahoney brings it out. Denied by the defense. And now Jacob Kraus, also from Kiski, sending it back to center red. Skurlong waits for his mates to get onside. He'll enter the line 1-on-3 as a fresh body's coming on behind him. Skurlong to the left circle, going to drift back to the far boards. Skurlong finds Stroka at the right point. Stroka looks it over, drifts down out of the right circle. Stroka down low, works his way around an attempted check there from Massarelli. Massarelli, though, able to get it on the second try. Skurlong finds it, centers it, sticked out. Landon Horner-Gribben, he's been busy, but so far he's kept the opposition off the boards. Floater into the zone there off the stick of Jake Fink. Fink has it cut off by Graham Shellhaus. Skurlong working both ends. Tedious work by number 20 for the Titans. And Stroka going to bring it back coast to coast. Breaks the line onside, looking to make that pass over the left side for Paul Fills. Stolen him back the other way now. Here comes Dylan Leiper from Blackhawk, and he has his pocket picked. As Stroka on the wrong side of the red line going to ice this one. Face off back in the white zone to our left. Just about 2.5 left here in the opening period. We remain scoreless.
Bob, Stroka's been a defenseman and has been looking to activate. He's been up in the play a few times. He's pinched down. He's got 2 goals, 5 assists for 7 points on the season. But he looks to be a smooth skater from behind there as a defensive pivot.
He's one of the seniors. We talked about Kiesel, maybe a sometime defense partner with Montour, being the junior. Stroka definitely has been down right here in front of us on the right point in the attacking end to the right, looking to create offense in this one. We haven't had a goal yet.
Almost get one there. Good looking tight from Logan Palak from Wheeling Central's had a nice first period.
I thought I might have announcer jinx Matt Landon Horner-Gribben. That rush came in down the left wing.
LHG equal to the task as he's been this entire period. And the goaltenders will switch out after the period. I think who's having the most fun is probably the officiating staff. Not a lot of tension out there and they don't really have to work out the rotator cuffs to raise the arms here this afternoon either.
They have no interest in calling penalties. They're going to reluctantly call them only if they have to.
Shoring it up, passing it back. It's going to be Dieter to Kiesel. And here comes Kiesel, but Fink was just offsides as Kiesel was trying to get Fink an assist there. He played it off his backside, then skated it right in. Neutral zone draw.
See the Titans line out there. They had an excellent season offensively last year. The Titans just came up shorter than what they were hoping in the playoffs.
Got upset in the semis by Greensburg-Salem.
Having another good year. They're fifths in the classification with 97 goals. They've got a talented first line, and that's a no-brainer, right? Steve Myers, their coach. So I'm going to put you guys together. Make me look good.
16 games, 12-3, 1 overtime loss, 37 points. Third in the gold division behind Quaker Valley and Chartiers Valley.
QV has been on a tear this year, and Chartiers Valley, the defending 1A Penguins Cup champions. And I know it's All-Star Saturday, Sunday, boys, but I am definitely excited for these Class A playoffs. It's going to be a great road to the Penguins Cup in the A classification. And I've had a chance to talk to a lot of these coaches between the work we did last year and the work I've done this season, and they're feeling the same way. They think it's going to be a great run in that 2025 Penguins Cup. And then also this year, we are lucky that our side of the state, we get to host the Pennsylvania Cup this year as well.
It's 22nd of March, and it's going to be right here at the RMU Island Sports Complex.
1 minute remaining in the period.
Final 6 to the opening frame. The Shaler line bringing it back. Here comes Whiteman. He finds Malecki. Malecki tries to backhand it in front. Good defense on the play there by Alec Kuhn to cut it off. Vasbiner trying to chase it down back the other way. D'd up by Joey Massarelli. Massarelli to the left circle and out with it here. Maybe a final rush as it's pushed ahead to Malecki. Malecki breaks the line, looks it over, has a trailer, but can't put it on the tape for Irwin. Irwin going to shoot from the top of the circle. Sticked aside by Lorang. Played back behind the defense. Pocket pick there. Kuhn has it taken away. Centers, nobody home. And back the other way now. Here comes Team Benetti with a chance. Chipped ahead as Para from McDowell dumped it. Players chase. Into the left corner it goes. Graham Schellas from Meadville back to the point. Skurlong going to find Stroka on the right point. Stroka from the circle. In front, redirect goes wide. The tick and the tack was there, but the toe misses as Schellas couldn't chip that one into the open net.
Really good passing sequence.
You got that. What a great late opportunity. Thought it was going to be 1-0 with a late goal, but Schellas couldn't find it.
After 1 period,
So both
your
Landon
score,
Horner-Gribben
Team Benetti 0 and Team
and Ian Lorang can take shutout efforts to the bench with them. Though both keepers doing their part.
Fans, just a reminder, if you can't
Take a quick break. We'll be back with the second period. You're watching PIHL All-Star Sunday on 10 Band TV and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Back here at the RMU Island Sports Center, period number 2 about to get underway. The first of 2 Class A All-Star games here on 10 Band TV and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Matt Vandriak, Kevin Zomansky, Bob Orquist with you here this afternoon. Teams will switch sides and we'll get a couple of new keepers into the game as well. In the net to our left from the Shaler Titans is Jackson Fox. And in the net to our right,
from Montour.
There we go. It's Ethan Deaney.
Ethan Deaney. Yeah.
All right, so we got 2 new keepers stepping in, following up on the shutout efforts that their predecessors did. Flawless efforts in the opening period by Ian Lorang for Quaker Valley and Landon Horner-Gribben for Plum. LHG was the busier of the 2 keepers. First shot of the second period sticked aside by Fox as Graham Shellhouse put that one on.
Yeah, 14 saves for LHG, Landon Horner-Gribben from Plum. 8 saves for Ian Lorang, the Quaker Valley keeper.
Shot to the net there, blocked. Centering feed, the backhander stopped. 2 efforts in tight. And both keepers in the second period now have registered a save. See the third lines out here for these respective sides right now, if you will. McHenry keeps it in along the right side, throws the net, stick save made, and the rebound cleared out. On the doorstep was Colby Bartos, but he couldn't find that puck, and now Nairn going to try to go coast to coast. Well defended on the get back there by Matankowski.
Yeah, Dylan Matankowski, that's at least 3 pretty good defensive plays he's made so far today. That was a nice little lift of the stick coming down the near wing.
And now his teammate, Jacob Kraus, feeding it back behind the net. Nothing happening there. Back the other way, Para to Nairn. Drop pass, glove, save. Quick one-timer put on there by McDowell's Harrison Para, but Jackson Fox equal to the task.
And sometimes you don't always need the big slapper, right? We talk about that with point shots. That time, Harrison Para, the one-timer, just kind of pushing it towards the upper corner. I was there last year with Jackson Fox. He had played for a couple years behind Shane Shiganik for Shaler. He got his Shiganik got pulled, and Jackson Fox came in and picked up his first varsity win in relief. And now here he is, an all-star keeper the next season.
Big part of the Shaler's Titans' success this year. Big shoes to fill there, too. Shane Shiganik had a great career for Shaler and was a big cog in the success that they had last year as well. Kraus pushing it down low. Masters tries to center, has it taken away. And back the other way now comes Harrison Para. 1-on-3. Drags, drifts, wrister coming, blocked, getting in front of it there was Cooper Outley from Greensburg-Salem. Couple of Bobcats converge on the puck, and back with it here comes Trevor Schmidt. Schmidt trying to split the defense, and he's cut off well. Good work by Dylan Szymanski to get in front, defend that. Masters going to push it all the way around to the far boards, and Harrison Para going to take it there. Comes Para back the other way. He's going to chip it back through the neutral zone. And that's taken away by Cooper Outley. Outley's going to feed it back into the light team zone to our right. Head coach Paul Benetti coaching the guys in the white jerseys. Stephen Myers coaching the boys in the dark jerseys. Lead feed, breaking it out here now comes Logan Palick. Palick has Madrovich trailing. Palick going to take it all the way around. Carlson now posts up. Palick pressured. Tries to push it back. Steal, lead feed. Here comes an opportunity. Dieter denied before he got it to the net because Alec Kuhn was able to break the play up. Got the Greensburg-Salem trio out here now. It's not a band. Those are the players on the ice. But the net comes off the moorings, and we'll do a draw.
I like that. Al Kuhn, the senior defenseman. Good speed. That was a tremendous burst of speed coming down the opposite side of the ice to deny that breakaway opportunity.
Yeah, when the pass was made, was caught basically at center ice, it looked like he was going to be in pretty clear and free, but Kuhn used some great closing speed there to kind of bump him from the side and prevent a pretty clear breakaway opportunity. So good defense there by Kuhn.
So we will see some defense after all this afternoon. As a matter of fact, the goaltenders and now the defense have been the stars of the show here in this first of 2 Class A All-Star games.
Yeah, Matt, you try to motivate them to play some defense. Try to motivate them to like, hey, we're here to play. Let's try to win and still do some of the small details that winning teams do.
Drop pass, rising shot, glove, save made. Robert Mahoney off a good feed there from the aforementioned Alec Kuhn. But Jackson Fox equal to the task again with another glove save. Face off in the dark zone to the left. Got some size out there right now. Blake Whiteman taking the draw, and Jacob Kiesel on defense, 2 of the tallest players on the ice here for this one. Trying to find Whiteman. Cut off. Good defensive work there by Robert Mahoney. Whiteman going to track it down after all. Going to drop it back to his teammate there, Chase Irwin, but it's taken away, and back the other way with it comes Alec Kuhn. Kuhn finds Madrovich. Madrovich trying to put in the slot. Both guys get a stick on it as Mahoney got a little bit of a push on that shot from Madrovich, but the shot goes wide.
That would have been interesting if that finds the net.
I was going to say, who gets credit for the goal there?
We would have split that in half, I think. They both had equal pushes and sliding it wide of the far post against the keeper, Jackson Fox.
Madrovich chips it in. Puck turned back out. Good defensive work in the zone there by Alex Ladun. Skurlong trying to get away from his teammate Whiteman, who harassed him across the blue line. Skurlong able to regroup as he's probably feeling he's in practice right now, being bared down by the Shaler top line.
Yeah.
Seen it before, right?
Doing like a regroup drill.
Redirect in front, save, rebound, stop, third try. Denial seems it had to come. Jackson Fox stopping everybody as Mahoney and Vazbinder had great looks. Unick was in there as well, but number 26 in red, white, and blue keeps it out.
He's got 83 in black and gold. He got 12 in white and gold to our teammates. And there's a scrum, and then big Jacob Kiesel. Wasn't necessarily a face wash with the glove because it was to the back of the helmet, but he kind of sort of put a headlock on Jace Vazbinder. Friendly headlock, but there it is. We talked about the Shaler teammates. We had the Quaker Valley teammates going head-to-head right there.
Skurlong in front, redirect, pad save made. Shellhaus got a good deflection there, but Fox kicks the left leg out. What did the Fox say so far through the second period? No.
Skurlong with a nice play there with his head up, walking a couple strides off the blue line with his stick towards the middle. We talk about playing the off wing. There was a good opportunity to make that pass to the high slot.
Battle down low, coming away with it here is Paul Phils from Meadville. Madrovich finishes his check as he bumps McHenry to the ice. Going to be floated back to the neutral zone. Skurlong will turn it back. And Dylan Matankowski gives it away. Carlson in the right circle, brings it back. There's a Neville Township police officer loosening his handcuffs because Fox just committed robbery with that stick save.
That was a nice passing sequence. Yeah.
I think McHenry, too, kind of changed the end of that, the timing at the end of that for the tap-in.
I think he got a stick in there to make it, you know, the tap-in not available or something right there, but that was a good passing sequence.
Just tap it in. Happy Gilmore said that. Carlson trying to chip this one ahead and moving it forward now back the other way. Opportunity. Score! Graham Shellhaus, our first tally of the afternoon as the junior Meadville forward puts the mesh in motion, gets one behind Fox, and Team Bonetti, the guys in white, up to a 1-0 lead.
Well, Bob, he missed it at the end of the first period, right? In that passing sequence.
There was. For the tap-in.
Yeah, that was Shellhaus. This time, as the right shot down the left wing, he spotted a little space right above the stick side there of Fox, as Fox was a little deep in his net, but was able to put that one home.
So Graham Shellhaus gets the party started. Finding the goal here in the second period. We'll get the announcement on the assists.
Took about 24 minutes of game time or more to get our first marker in this one.
That's a little unusual for an all-star game.
I totally agree.
Puck chipped all the way through is now the Dark team trying to get one back. Joey Massarelli from Plum going to play it around, hustling after it there is CV's Brady Nair. Here's the goal announcement.
Number 7, Graham Shellhaus. Assisted by number 21, Colby Carson. And number 27, Gary Hatfield.
Oh, man, I got another look at that on the delay on the video feed here. And there was a pinch. It was a good play on the wing to get it past the pinching defenseman. We call that a counter pinch, and it became a 2-on-1, and they put it home.
Outley on the net, and Ethan Deaney, who was having it easy through the first part of the period, sees a good shot there that he makes the glove save on.
Shellhaus, the Meadville Bulldog, Wheeling Catholic for Gary Hatfield on an assist, and Westmont Hilltop another assist. So
Hatfield's the one.
Makes their travels worthwhile to come here.
Yeah, Hatfield made the good play here to get it past the pinching defenseman, to get it into the neutral zone to create the odd man rush.
3 counties and 2 states represented on that goal.
Welcome to All-Star Sunday. We're going to say that a couple more times as well.
Here comes Paul Phillis.
At least I will. Morning, everyone.
Down the left side, looking over here is Alec Kuhn. Had a chance to see McDowell last week. Coons an impressive
Whoa.
player in tight. And Fox uses his head literally. He stopped that shot with his face.
That's what I was talking about earlier. That's what you're seeing from the shooters when these goalies go down into the dreaded RVH, Bob.
Got our first penalty of the afternoon coming up.
Go to the box,
A hooking penalty
satisfy
forthcoming.
yourself, and
Yeah,
you will feel
Jackson
safe.
Fox checking the buckles and the straps. At first I thought he might have he's got a little bit of the gobbler going on there at the bottom of the mask, but that caught him square in the side of the right side of his mask.
Alex Ladon, in the words of Lane Staley, will be the man in the box. And we will get our first penny.com power play of the afternoon.
Well, the reason why this is bothersome when you're a coach in an all-star game is because someone from the next line out now has to sit, and you have to pick someone because you can only put 2 forwards out instead of 3, and that's never fun.
It's the kind of insight that we have Kevin Zilmansky for. You will get that nowhere else except right here on Trib Live HSSN and 10-Band TV.
Right, you're putting another line out there. You don't coach these guys regularly, and now you got to pick someone to not go out on the ice, and it's a sinking feeling that you don't want to do.
Steal and trying to make a self-pass there was Dylan Leiper from Blackhawk. He ends up putting it in the white team bench instead. So, Kevin, in a situation like this where you have guys that don't play together too often, when you have a power play chance, how do you coordinate that effort?
Well, you look for guys that are familiar either in their high school teams or their amateur teams. But really, I mean, I would just send, most of these guys are power play guys. You just send out the next line, talk about, where you're going to position yourself, what type of setup and structure, have a quick conversation.
Would you ever peek at the stats like me analytically and see this guy? In the next game, we've got the power play leader in the classification. And
maybe in the third period, you
say
might
this is your
consider
guy.
that. I would
or did you yell down to the end of the bench, Johnny, can you kill penalties? Has that ever happened?
There's some discussion
Shorthanded.
about that too.
Irwin hits the post, and then it trickles behind the keeper but stays out. As talking about the power play, but the penalty kill, and that's Shaler's Chase Irwin, the super sophomore. Big Ben striking 1-2 our right.
Yeah, what a good year last year as a freshman and taking the offensive opportunity.
Had the
Just
chance
adds
to.
that depth of Shaler, him 2 good years in a row for Chase Irwin.
We've had Chase on the air with us a couple times for post-game interviews as players of the game as well. Well-spoken young man. We'll see him when the calendar turns to March. Him and his Titan teammates.
5 weeks.
Not that you're counting it down, Kevin. Great Fresh in front. Martin stopped.
It's Irwin.
Irwin in
Irwin
front.
denied again.
And Deanne, the biggest stop of the period for him. 2 tries, save, bouncing puck over the net. Wraparound try kept out. Now we're buzzing. Centering feed fanned. Jackson Fox, a big save and some luck. In front looking for the redirect. Little Marc-Andre Fleury there. Poke checking it away as Struka tried to make the feed.
Struka put his hands on his helmet because he thought Mahoney.
Ripping it. Struka from the circle. G-Love. Glove. Save. Jackson Fox. Power play time expires.
That's all it took. This little power play time to get us heated up. Short-handed first, and then a couple great opportunities. Kevin late with the man advantage for Team Myers.
Yeah, it became less about the structure and more about just getting it to the net. And Fox was equal to the challenge, starting with that right pad he flashed out. The rebound was chipped. It went up over the crossbar, and then as Matt said, the wraparound followed that.
Puck played back behind the net, back to even strength. Kiesel trying to move it up the left side. Colby Bartos. So the penny.com power play does not happen as far as a goal. Both teams almost got one, though. Irwin hit the post shorthanded. Steele, Carlson fires wide. Colby Carlson had one of the assists on that opening goal. Our only goal so far here of this Class A Gold Division game. Kiesel coast to coast, racks up the frequent flyers. Miles gets around a man. Shot on, save made. As Kiesel did everything but finish. Great job to get in front of it there by Ethan Deanne to get the shoulder on that stop. Players falling in the corner. Fed back to the net. Deanne will take no chances as Ben McHenry from QV was prowling the crease.
Is it appropriate to use the Diesel reference there on that rush by Jacob Kiesel?
I was thinking that myself, Bob, as it was running through my head. I mean, that defenseman on the right side there, he felt so threatened. He got his skates twisted in amongst each other, and he went down as Kiesel was able to look up and realize, I got a clear path here.
Face-off one back to Kiesel. Going to switch spots as he drives down the left side. Kiesel tries to push off of the attempted defense there. And the pass back to the point, nobody home. Brady Nairn trying to bring a little defense there. As Nairn, usually a man known for finding the net, while Kiesel plays on the blue line. They kind of switched intentions there. Up the left side here, it's going to be Trevor Schmidt. Bumps into his own teammate and takes Kraus out. Masters, though, able to find that puck. Schmidt regroups, but back the other way, it's going to be Palak. Good feed. Blocker save made. Harrison Para put it on, but Jackson Fox hugs the near post to keep it out.
I like the looks of this Meadville front of their sweater with the Meadville M and the old school big numbers down there. By the way, playoff-wise, we've been talking about it in 5 weeks. With 25 teams, you get the most teams in the playoffs in Class A. 6 teams, the top 6 in each bracket, excluding the teams from West Virginia.
It's almost heaven there, but you don't almost make the playoffs, unfortunately. Back to the left point, rising shot, and that's missed. Kuhn had some pepper on that.
Thought we were getting another mask save there from Jackson Fox.
Fox may have seen his young life flash before his face on that one because Kuhn let that howitzer fly from the point. Long rising shot again. This time Madrovic puts it up and over the net. Players scrum together in the corner. Madrovic looks it over, trying to work around Matinkoski. Matinkoski, a nice job to step in front of that and cut it off. Not only there, Kevin, did he break up the passing lane, but he also was able to prevent him from being able to bring the puck in front by using his body and not letting him do that wraparound try.
Yep,
Steal, shot, go ahead.
Big part of it, defensive positioning, is your body and your stick.
Madrovic using his body and stick to bring the puck out in front of the net. Taken away, then chipped back in. Alec Kuhn having a nice shift. Looking to get a fresh couple of bodies on here as we have 2 5s on the ice now. Ball fills. Madrovic to the circle. Shot misses as Schmidt tried to slide and block and may have screened the keeper a bit. But we're going to get an icing call if it goes the distance, and the uncut ice is going to stop that from happening.
How about a no-look trickeration attempt there from Max Modrovic at the bottom of the left circle? Was looking across like he was going to pass. And he fired it even though it was blocked.
He took a very casual look-away shot.
Kept in. Fed down low in tight. Blocker stop made as Shellhaus put it on the tape of his teammate Robert Mahoney. But Jackson Fox keeps it out of the den.
Hit Fox, landed on top of the net, brings the whistle. We're talking about it, Bob, so let's just run it down real quickly. Gold division, 50 points for the Quaker Valley Quakers. CV at 42, Shaler at 37, Montour at 33, Plum at 30, Blackhawk at 24. Those are your top 6.
The playoff format, Kevin, will be the same as it was last year. Top 6 from each classification with crossover games in the opening round.
Are you asking me? Because I'm trying to remember what we discussed
It is.
in the summer. I couldn't remember.
3, 6, 4, 5 home ice.
Yeah, that's right.
If available, you get a home game. The top 2 get buys.
Carlson back the other way, trying to work his way around. Defended well by Joey Massarelli.
I was trying to remember, Bob, if we went to 16 teams in Class A because of the large number of schools.
Yeah, we did. It was 6 per division last year, which is, like Bob said, the crossover format there, which made for some very interesting playoff matches between teams who didn't see each other during the regular season.
And it was dominated by one division. I can't remember which one.
The blue division was golden as they won 4 of the first 5. Fed in front, but in the end, it was the blue division representative, Chartiers Valley, who won the Penguins Cup. Fink rising shot, and that one misses as Deanne was.
Who now ends up this year, Matt, in the gold division because of their fruitful efforts, even though they ended up as the state runners-up last year. But Shore Valley, their second Penguin Cup win.
Strelka's shot, stick save made, getting his own rebound, centering, but nobody home. So Strelka pinching there. Opportunity back the other way, 2-on-3. Darius Malecki from Shaler drags. Rister hits the outside of the post.
He's the Titans' leading scorer, their captain.
Ladon, pressured on the play here by Cole Dallas. Dallas from Montour, centers, save, rebound, kept out. Nairn with 2 tries, and it's going to go in. So Nairn does get the second crack. And Team Benetti gets their second goal of the period as Nairn 2 pokes, the second one home, and it's 2-0 white team.
Fox made the first save, Bob. Credit I didn't see who the scorer was initially. Did you catch it?
Brady Nair.
Nair, credit him for not skating past the post, stopping in the blue paint and cracking away at the rebound there to put it home.
Because Fox he's got good long legs, and he spread them out, specifically the right one to the near post. And as Matt said, made the first save, just couldn't find and corral the rebound. And give Brady Nairn credit. He's got bragging rights to his teammates who may be watching us up in Michigan. Hopefully they're doing well, but your teammate has goal number 2 for your head coach here in this one.
It's a good stop by Fox originally as Dallas looks it over, fans in the slot. But as you said, there was no one there to help him out. The rebound was right under the pad or near the pad and then poked in. Irwin back the other way, good feed. Rising shot, save made. Malecki in the slot. And Deanne equal to the task, making the big save.
That was a little tricky shot because Malecki kind of almost went back against the grain looking for that 6-hole between the arm and the body on blocker's side. But Deanne made the save. Here come the Shaler Titans trio once again.
Irwin tried to drop it back to Whiteman, but Szymanski from Star Valley takes it away.
He's got another look at that goal. He did well to kind of read where the pass was coming from. Stroka with the assist coming down the left side. He was on the backhand, threw it in front. Kiesel got caught looking at the goalie Fox a little bit and not seeing the goal scorer come behind him and held and was able to stand there and put that one home.
Cole Dallas got the second assist.
It was Stroka and Dallas the first one, Stroka the second one. Right before that, I was going to say Stroka is almost hunting a goal because he's been maybe one of the more noticeable defensemen, and he does get an assist on that goal. So 2 goals in this period for Team Benetti, Graham Shellhouse, and now Brady Nairn.
Trying to close the period out with a 2-goal lead, feeding it ahead, giving chase here now is Robert Mahoney. Cut off on the play there by Danny Kojas. Kojas pushing it ahead. This one going to come all the way back to the net and softly sticked aside there by the keeper, Deanne. He leaves it for Szymanski. Szymanski trying to work his way around McHenry. McHenry pushes his way down. Centering try. Steele behind the net now. McHenry lost an edge. And back the other way comes Mudrovic to the left side. Fired wide on that try there from Mahoney. On the right wall now, Hatfield dumps it down low. Wraparound try doesn't go. Robert Mahoney's had a really good period here.
I agree. He's been very noticeable, the Meadville captain. On the puck again temporarily.
Trying to lean in on Kojas.
Might have got away with a hook.
Final seconds of the period, and McHenry not going to be able to track that one down as the horn sounds. 2 chapters written, 1 more still to be told here in the Class A Gold All-Star Game here from RMU Island Sports Complex on Neville Island. Team Benetti leads Team Myers 2-0 after 2. We'll take a break and be right back. You are watching 2025 All-Star Sunday on the Triple Live High School Sports Network and 10-Band TV.
And it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship show, the Penguins Cup playoff show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show. Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
Back here at the RMU Island Sports Center, getting ready to get period number 3 underway. First of 2 Class A All-Star games. This one, the Gold Division battle. And it is Team Myers trailing Team Bonetti 2-0 after 2. Alongside Kevin Zomanski and Bob Orquist, Matt Vandriak with you here on 10 Band TV and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Our final of 3 keepers will step into the nets. We'll get them for you here in just a second. And the goal to our right is
From Blackhawk.
Matt Hofer.
And in the net to our left from Chartiers Valley is another Matt
Kohlberg.
Kohlberg.
Yeah, Matt Kohlberg's got the best numbers in the classification, goaltender-wise. Matt Hofer's dad is a Blackhawk coach. He's an assistant coach here this afternoon for Team Myers.
Team switch sides. Team Myers in the dark jerseys, moving it right to left, trying to push it ahead. Here comes Zach Masters. Masters trying to get away from the defense there. Pushing it behind the net, and it's going to be kept in here by Logan Palak. Around the horn it comes. Lead feed. Going to be too far. All the way to the net where it's sticked aside by the goalkeeper. Matt Hofer, number 17 from Blackhawk.
Well, now, guys, it's getting a little critical for Team Myers as we're a minute 20 into the third period, and they're scoreless. Nobody wants to get shut out in an all-star game.
You just said the word, so that's not going to happen.
I was going to throw out there, we had a tie last year, 6-6 ties. So.
I recall that as well.
So we're taking the jinx pressure off of you, Matt Vandriak.
All right, I'm just keeping it clean. I'm going to
Just trying to help.
stick to my guns. Kiesel works it back into the defensive zone. And ahead it comes as the Greensburg-Salem line starts to get onto the net. Onto the ice, that is. And also, I want to say thank you to Dylan Leeper's family. They are enjoying our announcement on the road, and thank you for correcting us and letting us know that it's not Leiper, it is Leeper, and that's why I ask for pronunciations and don't depend on the PA.
We can say Kohlberg has a no Goldberg on that save down low.
Did he ask who's next?
I've seen a lot of that. He's got, I believe he leads the classification in shutouts and
A sub-1.
Yeah, sub-1 goals against average. It's fitting for the team that
Kohlberg, another big
has only
stop.
1 loss.
2 tries from in front. That is Dylan Leeper. Correct your name, get yourself a goal.
Almost had one there through traffic on that.
Matt Kohlberg
Third
stops him
opportunity.
twice.
Low
And
hash.
2-on-1 back the other way. Mahoney in front trying to put it on the stick of his teammate, and Unick. The pass kind of jumped up in the air. He couldn't get it back in front.
Saucer it, Matt. I thought he should have just shot it. That's a hard hand-eye deal at the near post.
Mahoney
for Unick.
in front. Stop made as Mahoney imposing his will like the former 25 in black and gold did back in the 90s. Very Kevin Stevens-like with that power forward move to the net. But Hofer equal to the task.
Well, Bob, Jacob Kiesel played that perfectly as a 2-on-1. He had the Meadville player with the puck as a left shot down the left side, and he got to the point in the slot where he was able to slide as a D slide, go down on the ice, and that forced the pass to be in the air, as you talked about. So there's a point on the ice where they're now taught to go down on the ice and try to take that pass away. So it was played really well by Jacob Kiesel to prevent that 2-on-1.
Yeah, so let's congratulate Jacob Kiesel because I saw 2 Penguins defensemen down on ice yesterday afternoon, and the puck ended up in the back of the net.
That never happens.
No, there was a couple.
It happens far too often.
We used to talk about my days in the neighborhood playing the street hockey. We used to call some of them Ludens for the way they coughed it up, and there was some coughing it up yesterday by 65 and 58 that were.
If only we still had Yuso Ricola, because Ricola always stops coughing. Hatfield working his way down low, trying to wrap it around. Sets it up, has a man. Shimonsky with the rip. Save made, no rebound. Matt Hofer targeted for the 5-hole, closes the door.
It's really if Team White, Team Bonetti is trailing in a regular season game, right? Because they've got all the pressure, even though they have a 2-0 lead. And, of course, it's an all-star game, so you're not pressing, but you just had the better. Seems like the entire period, we're 3:30+ into this one, has been played to our right in the attack zone. Another face-off coming and another win for Team Bonetti.
Strelka, who has an assist, finds Carlson, who's also got an assist. Carlson in front, Nairn looking for number 2, blocked in front, well defended. As getting in front of that was Cooper Outley from Greensburg-Salem. Strelka being pursued on the play by Colby Bartos. As the plumb line hits the rink, centering feed, looking back to go to Bartos. Also, Luca Lopiani was out there, and neither one of them could find that puck in the slot. Vazbinder dropped it to Skurlong, and it's a played back to the neutral zone. McHenry watches it bounce past him. Hustling after it, there's Carlson. McHenry able to find it, almost lost an edge. Leans into Strelka as he pushes back the other way. Mazzarelli through traffic, puck deflected, up and out. Ends up in the meshing, sticks are flying, whistles are blowing.
Helicopter with the stick.
That's a defender's stick. That's McHenry.
Yeah.
Good high tip by Lapiana on that.
That's
shot.
kind of a lacrosse thing. Left it hanging, knocked it out of his hand. Let's be fair real quickly, run down the blue standings. Mars with 47, Avonworth with 40, Moon with 40, North Catholic 32, Wheeling Park 28, not eligible, Indiana 24, I think it's North Hills?
Yes, North Hills. Yep.
23, West A 17. Those will be the top 6.
Deflected puck off of McHenry, goes back to the net. Hofer equal to the task there.
Importance that is the overall #1 seed in the tournament. Right now, that's
Quaker Valley.
Quaker
QB.
Valley.
So I read 7 there.
Kind of happens when you have no losses. Mars, Moon, Avonworth, North Catholic, Indiana, North Hills. Scratch out Wheeling Park.
Right. That was a long discussion, too. That's,
The West Virginia teams?
yeah.
Shot to the net. Hofer makes the save. Along the eastern side of the state, the teams that play in from Delaware and New Jersey are actually allowed to play for the Flyers Cup. We had that a couple years ago where a team from Delaware, I believe it was, won the Flyers Cup, but then the runners-up, because they're from Pennsylvania,
Correct.
moved on to the state playoffs.
I believe that was the scenario.
There is a postseason cup for West Virginia-sized schools as well, correct?
Used to be the Nailers Cup, right, Kevin?
It
Well,
wasn't.
it was the Nailers and Chiefs Cup when we had the Open Division. I do believe they do a state championship now. I'm not sure what they call it.
Great feed, score! Madrovich on the tape. Palak puts the mesh in motion. And on the board is Team Bonetti.
How about the pass, #1, Kevin? The finish,
Yeah.
#2, Palak. That was well done, Madrovich.
Yeah,
Palak.
really well done. A good crisp pass to the back post and the good finish on the forehand where you just angle that blade enough, Bobby, to get it up in the air and put it up top over the blocker where we hide the cookie jar.
Pellick saying that we would like to participate in your postseason tournament with a play like that. As Wheeling Central's Logan Pellick, off a great feed from Madrovich, puts it home.
Certainly, Matt brings up a good case as we were talking about that on cue.
We know things.
If not, we just pretend we know things, right?
Yes.
Kevin, you brought up a good memory because I had forgot about the Chiefs Cup
Yes.
being part of that back in the day before we got to Division II.
Backhander in tight as Dallas puts it on the stick there of Shelhoff looking for another. And Matt Hofer made the stop.
Still all Team Bonetti here, Matt.
Masters drags, tries to split the defense, has it sticked aside there by Alec Kuhn, but I enjoy the flashbacks down PIHL memory lane because that was the way it used to be. The Chiefs Cup and Nailers Cup champions would play against each other for the Umpa Cup championship. Pellick gets the goal.
Assisted by #4, Max Mondrovich, and #92, Harrison Para.
Para gets the secondary assist. Max Madrovich. Yeah, that's right. Pronouncing it right, buddy. Madrovich got the assist.
Mondrovich and Para at 12:01.
With all apologies to the Leaper family, I did not cover a Blackhawk game last year, so I'm going by what I heard. Everybody else, if I pronounce it wrong, that's on me. And that's a rare occasion that Matt Vandriak's wrong. Just asked my date last night.
Whoa.
Around the corner.
That's talking dates now. That's a different story off the air.
The dates we're concerned about are what we've been talking about this afternoon. This is an icing call. It's going to be I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to this single A Penguins Cup. It is going to be a tremendous, tremendous postseason for us to have here on 10 Band TV.
They have the most teams, which creates the most depth. They've got the best goal scoring. If you throw Morgantown, Division II, out of the picture, Morgantown has scored 131 goals in 16 games. That's over 6 goals a game. You got QV plus 100, Mars 108, Avonworth at 103, and QV is at 100 even, by the way. So I think it's the deepest and the best classification playoff-wise.
100% agree. Talking to the coaches for the games I've covered this year, they're excited for it as well. Up the left side, Unic trying to bring it back. Shot from in tight. Off the knob of the stick there on the stop by Hofer.
And hopefully one of them will be competitive in the state championship game this year.
CV was competitive last year, right? They just didn't get the win. It was Was it an overtime loss, if I remember correctly? They won the Penguins Cup in overtime. Maybe it was just a 1-goal loss in the state championship game.
Wasn't in attendance. I don't remember that one.
Bob, you mentioned the Morgantown Open Class team is the highest scoring team in the entire PIHL. Who knows what the nickname is?
Of the Morgantown High School?
I do.
I knew it and I forgot it.
The Morgantown Mohegans.
I was going to say because it's the casino down there as well, but it's the Mohegans, the Native Indian nickname. Haven't seen them in a few years.
Neither have I. But one of this trio spent their 4.5 of their formidable years in their 20s, quote unquote, earning a college degree at WVU.
That'd be the flashy center leading the way over there.
Giddy up. Malecki going to dump this one in and finish his check on his teammate. As Malecki takes Skurlong to the boards. Now Whiteman back to Malecki. Poke checked as Kohlberg. Bobby had that big save early on, but he hasn't had a lot of work since. And now we see the Shaler line buzzing as Skurlong and Malecki came together. And Malecki takes his teammate and opponent today into the end boards of the body check.
Well, that'll make for some interesting conversation and who buys lunch. Been impressed. You can't help but be impressed in today and in the season with the Shaler trio.
Was impressed with the Shaler Titans team last year as well. As back with it now comes Ballack, who has the third goal on the board. 3-0. Team Bonetti, those are the guys in the white.
Char Valley, by the way, last year, guys, they were 20-0
Yep.
and lost to Hershey 4-2 in the state
4-2, that's what it was. There was an ENG at the
Pennsylvania.
end of that game, correct.
Yeah, that was. Hershey was a very good team last year. They had been building. It was the first team from central part of the state to win one. And we were getting, word all year of how good that team was.
Like Celine Dion said, it's all coming back to me now. So it takes me back through the 2024 postseason.
Thought she said Google it, which kind of happened over here.
Celine Dion said Google it? What
don't
album
know.
was that on?
Didn't she say Google it just a little bit, or am I messing up my song terms there? Actually, I wanted to make sure I had the right information written down at home. And
Mahoney gets a shot, stick
wanted
save
to
made.
I looked it up to make sure I had it right before putting that out on the air for us.
That's why top guys are in. That's why we're wearing blazers, baby. We're not just eye candy. We got the knowledge, too. Back the other way with it. And LaPiana drops it to Irwin. Irwin drags, centers. Great defense. Madrovich working both ends. We saw the offensive prowess on that pretty pass for the assist. Now he breaks up the play the other way. Finds Dallas. Drops back to Madrovich. Madrovich rising wrister blocker save made by Hofer.
Breaks up the play and then gets the quality scoring opportunity at the other end.
Mahoney turns. Soft knuckling puck. Kevin, that was your line back on the PIHL Power Play show, wasn't it? Knuckle puck. Save made, though.
I don't think that was my line in knuckle puck.
I believe that back in the olden days of the MSA Sports Network that came up in one of the fun promos we did for the PIHL Power Play show.
Was the knuckle puck part of your repertoire back in the day when you were haunting people on the ice? I'm going to take that as a no. Your silence said everything I
Madrovich.
needed.
My memory's not as good.
Well, you can lie.
Yeah, nobody knows. People probably know what we're talking about right now.
I don't know what we're talking about right now.
We're going to mute Kevin's mic. Back the other way with it comes the dark side.
Oh.
To the net. Save made. As Colbert.
Good job. He got the crook of his left arm on that shot.
Yeah, and that's tough, too, Kevin, to be where Matt Colbert's been this period. Not seeing a lot of action, and then you get a couple of quality chances after a big lull.
That's the mental part of the game, trying to stay sharp, trying to move around, get a little skating in. I've seen some goalie coaches teach some letters in terms of your movements in the crease to try to stay involved mentally, waiting for that action to return to your end.
Kept in. McHenry, stick save made. As Kohlberg now starting to be a little bit busy. As we are under 6 minutes remaining here. 555s in this third period. Vazbinder brings it across center red. Going to dump and chase. Pairs of sevens go there. The first man of the puck is Danny Kogis. Over here to the near side. Masters looks it over. Brings it out. Tries to wrap. Handling it there is Schmidt. Pushes it back into the neutral zone. And then turn back again. Volleying back and forth with it there. Dylan Matinkoski. So we talk about this Class A bracket with Matinkoski right in front of us. One thing Class A's had the last 3 years is a Cinderella story through the playoffs. A couple of years ago, 2 years ago, it was Kiski area. The year before that, it was Norman winning their first Penguins Cup. And then last year, Greensburg-Salem didn't win it, but they were a 6th seed all the way to that Penguins Cup championship before falling to Chartiers Valley.
And the year before that, it was Indiana with Madison. I can't remember her last name in there. But the Kiski story is they win the championship in 2023, and then numbers just devastating. Lost numbers, graduation, and now they find themselves fighting uphill.
Well, yeah, that Kiski team was driven by about 3 or 4 players, including the goalie, and a couple graduated. And then I think the sophomore hasn't played the last couple years.
Yeah, it's been more travel hockey there. I can't remember the name off the top of my head who the goal scorer was. The goaltender, Walker's still there. I had a Kiski game earlier this year, but he is
they were a dynamic duo leading the offense. In fact, I think the forward might have been the player of the year.
George was his last name, I believe.
Masters brings it in. He can't get around, and now
Good
steal
poke
back
check.
the other way. Here comes Ryan Unick. Bringing it back. Unick drags, has a man with him. Unick, shot on, save made, rebound, stopped as well. Great chances in tight. Pavlik looking for number 2, and then the follow-up by Unick. 2 10-bell saves by Matt Hofer.
And it's very efficient, Kevin, on the second one, right? Sometimes you get scrambly. He was not. He was very calm to make the second save. Madison Barker, by the way, was the goalie for Indiana in 2021.
There was an opportunity right there where it kind of slowed up for a curl and drag, but it was a good read by PIHL right there. You know, talking about not being familiar, and that time he had to kind of read off it and play off of the line mate, and it was a good pass for that opportunity. So that's an example of being not familiar with each other, but you get late in the games and you make good reads.
Icing called against Team Benetti. I'm sorry, against Team Myers. See, when I use colors, I'm understanding. When I start using names, I'm all over the place. A little old school organ, not actually in-house, recorded organ. Recorded national anthem here, too. If I have one complaint.
Tooch.
Where's the Tooch?
It's Penguin Cubs, Jeff Jimerson, but
It's recorded double J. It is not the Tooch.
If you've not seen John Tucci live, folks.
Good pass.
Breakaway. Here comes a chance. Speaking of live and worth it. Turning it inside out and scoring. Jake Fink. And those moves were just too sweet.
Not only the sweet, silky moves, how about the patience, Kevin? He took his time going one-on-one with Matt Kohlberg, looked it over, and then goes top shelf. Little postage stamp finish for Jake Fink to take away the shutout with 3:29 left.
Well, I'm going to wait for the replay here, but it was an excellent pass. It might have been from Kiesel, but it was Jake Fink with 22 goals on the season, 8 assists. So he's in the Cy Young discussion right there. With, as you mentioned, a good finish, the right shot, gave a little fake to go into the backhand, pulled it back, and went with the finish.
3-1 now the score in favor of Team Myers in the dark jersey. Leaper brings it back, rising shot, save made, rebound. And we almost had a second golden line tally as Luke Dieter.
Team Myers goal scored by number 65.
It was right there. It was an excellent pass by Jacob Kiesel.
Number 83, Jacob Kiesel.
Tape to tape.
Here they come again, 2-on-1. Leading the charge back is Fink. Fink looks it over, wrist shot, score! Jake Fink dropping the deuce, and it's 3-2.
Well, they found themselves in an odd man rush, Bob. It was a 2-on-1, and he surveyed the situation and just went up top, beating Kohlberg on the same side of the net. First time was a little lower. That time he went high, glove, side, top shelf. Now a 1-goal game.
2 goals in about 30 seconds. This would, if we were looking regular season-wise, and encourage maybe a timeout.
Yes, absolutely.
Alakoon back, has his pocket picked by Matinkoski. Matinkoski looking for Malecki. Madrovic steals. All the way around, tries to center for Carlson, who can't flag it down. Leaper and Dieter on the assists. I'm not German, but I'm pronouncing these right.
You are correct.
I know I'm correct. One pet peeve As many one-liners and song references I give you, if you're going to call high school hockey games or any high school sport, get the kids' names right.
Sometimes you could be given bad information, as Bobby and I were 2 years ago in the state final for the LaSalle goalie.
Well, that's the other side of the state. Does that even count?
The assistant coach was a high school classmate of mine.
Only in the end of March, Matt.
And he gave us the wrong name.
Shot on, save made, follow-up try, 2 shots, stop there. Danny Kogis denied in front.
Well, Kogis was wide open near side, as was Chase Irwin. Where was the D for the white shirts?
Somebody mentioned something about an all-star tie. Malecki with the shot off the cuff of the glove is now Kohlberg is keeping this game in favor. Lead feed. Here comes Malecki. Down the left side, looks over. Malecki shot stopped by Kohlberg. Jim Ross would say business is picking up here down the
Kohlberg
stretch.
said, come on, guys. I was inactive for 14 minutes, and all of a sudden, he's going to make a great glove save on one of the top goal scorers, Darius Malecki, coming down the left to win.
Kevin, you called it out right away. That was a push.
Yeah, it was the dark side jerseys are making the push here late in this third period to get the equalizer.
Just for the record, Kevin's jinx has been inactive. Mine is
Empty net.
Mine is still out there.
Yours is. I've not cursed anybody. I'm just correcting names.
Oh,
Back the other way with it. Here comes Outley. So we have an empty net and a minute and a half left. Looking for the equalizer. Fink out there. Trying to pass it back to him. There was Bartos. Couldn't connect.
Fink was looking for the HT.
Para moves it ahead.
Looking for the ENG.
Unick gets it. And the fat lady can likely put the hot dog down, stop singing, and take Bob Orquist off the hook. We have a 4-2 lead. Now for Team Bonetti.
If she would choose to buy me a hot dog, I'll take it. But that was the most anticlimactic groan from the crowd I've ever heard on an empty net goal. It's a good comeback and almost a chance to tie it up. Malecki and then Fink looking for the hat trick right before that empty net goal coming from Ryan
I was watching Fink when the possession changed, and they just didn't have the energy to come back on the back check. It was kind of like they expended a lot of energy there, and it was a good pass made to the right side. Unick lost it initially, found it, and put the wide-angle shot into the open net.
Mahoney looking for one. Dallas driving, and 2 big saves made by Hofer to keep the deficit 2 in the final 60 seconds here of regulation.
A pad save, then a paddle save by Matt Hofer.
McHenry takes that pass, and that was a nice look there as Kiesel found Luca Lapiana, one of the better names in the PIHL.
I could use a little Italian food right now.
Italian food, or is it on the menu?
Ryan Unick.
Kiesel back to the net save. Para gets the only assist on the ENG.
2 helpers for Para this afternoon.
Saw Harrison, Para, and McDowell in here a couple of weeks ago against Montour. Very competitive game, very good McDowell team. Even though it's likely going to be a lower seed, it's going to be a tough team. It's going to
a tough out.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely a tough out in the playoffs. The only tough thing for them is that not having home ice, you're driving 2.5 hours to make your first couple of games.
We're under 10 seconds here. This one's going to play out.
Victory goes to the dark side. Stephen Myers and Team Myers win the Gold Division All-Star Game by the final count of 4-2. So fun there. A game that took a while to get going as far as scoring went, but in the end, we saw some excitement and a crazy finish. And Bob, you want to run down the goals? Someone run down the goals real quick?
So yeah, Team Bonetti, they've got goals today. Graham Shellhouse had the first one. Brady Nair had the second one.
Players, after your handshake line, please line up at center ice for a group photo.
So Shellhouse, Brady Nair,
Individual photos will be
Logan
available.
Pelick had the great one, and then the empty netter came from Unick. Max Modrovic with an assist, Colby Carlson with an assist, Hatfield with an assist, Stroka with an assist, Cole Dallas with an assist, 2 assists for Harrison Para. And then on the other side, both goals for Jake Fink late. Leeper, Dylan Leeper, Luke Dieter, and then Jacob Kiesel all had an assist.
Still waiting for the site to be updated here.
So that's the wrap-up. And 4-2 the final.
So let's just run it here real quick. The first goal was at the 9:34 mark. Graham Shellhouse from Colby Carlson and Gary Hatfield. 17:54 of the first, it was Brady Narn from Cole Dallas and J.J. Stroka. After no scoring in the first period, it was 2 goals in the second. It was 2-0 at intermission. In the third, it was Madrovich and Harrison Para. And then Fink got 2 consecutive goals, 16:31 from Kiesel and Leiper, and then from Leiper and Dieter, and then Unick in the empty net at 18:44.
Speaking of Kiesel, we're joined by Jacob's father, Brett Kiesel.
Howdy, guys.
Thanks for jumping on with us, Brett.
You bet, guys. Thank you for all the broadcasts you do for youth hockey. It's so nice for people in my family that's away that we could send them the link and do this. It's great. We appreciate it.
Well, let's talk. You joined us last year during the playoffs with Quaker Valley. Let's talk a little bit about this Quaker Valley team this year. You guys are the cream of the crop. What's been going on this year with the boys?
The boys are eating the right foods and drinking the right drinks. And, yeah, so far no one's been able to get us. But, you know, it doesn't matter. We're coming down the stretch here. We got a tough test coming up in a week or so against Plum. Saw a lot of their kids out here. They can fly. So that's what's great around here in Pittsburgh. You know, this is a hockey town. It's known as a football town. But, boy, there's a lot of great hockey here, too.
We had you on, had a chance to talk to you last year in the Penguins Cup playoffs. As I've done some Class A games this year, I've had a chance to talk to these coaches this year. They have all said they are looking forward to this postseason. This is a strong Class A. It's going to be a great playoff run. Looking forward to that as well?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, you can see what type of goaltenders are around here, right? Like, even an all-star game like this, there's only 6 goals total or whatever. That's pretty dang impressive. So, defense, you know I love defense. It's paramount. And all these teams and coaches do a great job kind of shuffling through club hockey, too, and playing school. So it's awesome to watch.
So last year, Quaker Valley's in a great position entering the playoffs. Very young team, though, so they don't get the result they want early. But as someone that, you know, went so far in your career, how do you explain to the team and your son and all of them that, like, hey, there are lessons to be learned from maybe that initial failure, and you're going to get another chance?
100%. That's what you learn from this stuff, right? You get knocked down sometimes, and it's about getting up. And all I'm trying to tell these guys is no matter how successful they are right now, they got to stay humble and they got to stay hungry. No matter how good our team's doing or whatever, the second you lose humility, you're going to lose it. So hopefully being tested like that last year, they'll be hungry when the playoffs start and we can advance a little bit farther.
Talked to Coach Quinn last year, and he said that the team reminded him of the 2007-2008 Penguins team. They kind of were doing better than he expected a year early, and he said, you know, that he liked the results. Obviously, the experience may affect it in the playoffs, but this year, this team really has gelled. And your son, Jacob, we've watched him grow up through the ranks as well. So what have you seen, Brett, watching this team and this classification as well as we get into this pushing towards this 25 postseason?
We're really fortunate to have a great coach. Coach Quinn's been doing this for a long time, and he talks to them about attitude and commitment and excellence, and he expects that not only on the ice but off the ice. And so it's such a great thing to have a leader like that who knows how to get with these guys and get inside them and get them working hard and together, right? It's a team deal. You're in it together. Everyone's got a job to do. We're fortunate we got a great goalie in Landon Booterbaugh, 2 great goalies, Ian Lorang. Both those guys are playing great. We're a junior stacked team, right? We got like 10 juniors on our team, 2 seniors, and then some young studs coming up. Matthias is playing really well, Max Modrovich, Jace Vassbinder, Luke McHenry. So everyone's doing good.
All right, let's have a little bit of fun here real quick. So when you guys hit the playoffs, of course, the hockey tradition is you're going to grow a playoff beard. So who on QV is the best playoff beard?
I think my son's got a pretty dang good one. In fact, he was getting chirped last week by some guys saying, I think your wife and kids up there watching the stands, man. Are you sure? Are you sure you're an 08?
It comes by naturally.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's in the family genes, baby.
One other question, brothers, just take it away from hockey here. The last few years have not ended well in the professional football world here in Pittsburgh. What do the Steelers need to do to get things back to the way they were whenever you were out there winning championships?
Well, they got to find a way to get a postseason win, right? They work hard. I think down the stretch it's struggling, and it's kind of a recurring thing, right? Where we get going, we get excited, we start playing all our hype Steeler songs around here on the
yeah.
radio. Pittsburgh
There's only a couple of them,
going
right?
to the Super Bowl.
Here we go.
But they just got to find a way to finish. It's like anything. If you're a good team, the regular season sets the stage, but the playoffs are where dreams are made. And that's what they got to do. They got to find a way to get past that hump and make plays when they really count.
Well, Brett, we'll see you in the playoffs, the PIHL playoffs, as your son Jacob in Quaker Valley. A great effort here in the All-Star game. Great effort this season. Looking forward to seeing the postseason.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks
We'll
a lot,
see ya.
Brett Kiesel, the
Thank you,
father of
guys.
Jacob
Thanks,
Kiesel,
Brett.
former
Thank you.
Pittsburgh Steeler and Super Bowl champion, as we wrap things up here on 10 Band TV and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. All-Star Sunday continues. Your second 1A game coming up when we come back. Thanks for watching PIHL Hockey on 10 Band TV and Trib Live HSSN.
Loose change and I can't buy a thing. I'm like
Ballack now in front. G-Love, glove save, LHG, Landon Horder-Gribben with a big stop in front. Stroke on the right, point Stroker from the circle. In front, redirect goes wide. The tick and the tack was there, but the toe misses as Shellhouse couldn't chip that one into the open net. Redirect in front, save, rebound, stop, third try. Denial seems it had to come. Jackson Fox stopping everybody. Went ahead and moving it forward now, back the other way. Opportunity, score! Grab Shellhouse. Our first tally of the afternoon. His Titan teammates.
5 weeks.
Not that you're counting it down, Kevin. Great Frez in front. Martin stopped. Struka tried to make the feed.
Struka put his hands on his helmet because he thought Mahoney.
Ripping it. Struka from the circle. G-Love, glove, save. Jackson Fox. Kept in. Fed down low, in tight, blocker stop made as Shellhouse put it on the tape of his teammate Robert Mahoney. Dallas from Montour centers, save, rebound, kept out. Nairn with 2 tries, and it's going to go in. So Nairn does get the second crack. When there to help him out, the rebound was right under the pad or near the pad and then poked in. Irwin back the other way, good feed. Rising shot, save, made Malecki in the slot. And
Open
Deanne.
division. I do believe they do a state championship now. I'm not sure what they call it.
Great feed, score! Madrovich on the tape, Palick. Ryan Unick bringing it back. Unick drags, has a man with him. Unick, shot on, save made, rebound, stopped as well. Great chances in tight. Palick looking.
John Tucci live, folks.
Good pass.
Breakaway, here comes a chance, speaking of live and worth it. Turning it inside out and scoring. Jake Fink. Here they come again, 2-on-1. Leading the charge back is Fink. Fink looks it over, wrist shot, score! Jake Fink dropping.
Chase Irwin, where was the D for the white shirts?
Somebody mentioned something about an all-star tie. Malecki with the shot off the cuff of the glove is now Cole moves it ahead.
Looking for the ENG.
Unick gets it. And the fat lady can likely put the hot dog down, stop singing, and take Bob Orquist off the hook. We have a